Let us hear the valedictory address of General Gregorio Pio P. Katapang Jr.
His Excellency Benigno S. Aquino III, the President of the Republic of the Philippines and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Former President Fidel V. Ramos, Honorable Maria Lourdes P. A. Sereno, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Honorable Secretary of National Defense, Walter Gasmin and Mrs. Rodora Gasmin. Most Reverend Bishop Leopoldo Tumulak, the Military Bishop, Military Ordinate of the Philippines. Lieutenant General DCA Ereberi, the newly designated Chief of Staff, Armed Forces of the Philippines, and Agnes, wife Agnes. The members of the Diplomatic Corps, His Excellency Bill Tweedale of Australia, His Excellency John Gomez of Bangladesh, Her Excellency Malay Halimay Yusuf of Brunei, His Excellency Neil Reeder of Canada, His Excellency Xiao Zhanghua of China, His Excellency Efi Ben Mitityu of Israel, His Excellency Prosha Kaihampirion of Laos, His Excellency Datomu Habrin bin Hud Kasim of Malaysia, His Excellency Tanapi Upatisin of Thailand, His Excellency Jovencio de Jesus Martins of Timor-Leste, His Excellency Trong Chu Jorung of Vietnam, Mr. Scott Heyong, the Deputy Chief Mission of Singapore, Mr. Okak, the Deputy Chief Mission of Turkey, Secretary Herminio Coloma Jr., the Presidential Communication Officers or Presidential Communication Operations Office, Secretary Teresita Deles, Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process, Ambassador Celia Ana Feria, the Presidential Protocol, Secretary Danilo M. Cortez, the Presidential Advisor on Military Affairs, Secretary Jose Rene Almendras, the Secretary to the Cabinet of the Philippines, Secretary Julia Andre Abad, Head Presidential Management Staff, Police Deputy Director General Ager Ondog, the Director General of NICA, Jose Luis Alano, former FOIC to Philippine Navy, and also the Chief of the National Coast Watch System. Of course, Yusek Jesus Chavez of the FA. The members of the House of Representatives, led by Honorable Rodolfo Biason, and also our former Chief of Staff and also my former boss, Honorable Francisco Ashley Asidillo, Honorable Romeo Quimpo, Honorable Senen Sarmiento, Honorable Felix William Fetabella, my fraternity brother, Executive Secretary Eduardo Ermita, the former Executive Secretary Ermita, and also former Secretary of National Defense, the former Chiefs of Staff present, of course, Ambassador Alex Liano, Yusek Oban, General Ibrado, General Senga, General Jimmy De Los Santos, General Aurelio, General Martiliano or Admiral Martiliano, of course, my bunkmate, my singing mate. We were able to raise 4 million each for our soldiers who are casualty in the field. We had a concert. I hope you saw it. Police Deputy Director General Leonardo Espina, the OIC of the Philippine National Police. Vice Admiral Rodolfo Isorena, the Commandant of the Coast Guard, the officials from the Department of National Defense headed by Yusek Honorio Ascueta, of course, the Vice Chief of Staff, General John Bonafos, the TDCS, Major General Edgar Pagliorina and Mrs. Erica, his wife, the Major Service Commanders, Lieutenant General Jeff Delgado, the Commanding General of the Philippine Air Force, and wife Raquel, Admiral Jesus Milian, the Flag Officer in Command of the Philippine Navy, and wife Sonia. Of course, the Unified Commanders present, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Felicito Virgilio Trinidad of NOLCOM. Of course, our CENTCOM Commander, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Nicanor Vivar. Our SOLCOM Commander, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Rick Bisaya. West MINCOM Commander, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Rusty Guerrero. Westcom Commander, Vice Admiral and Mrs. Alex Lopez. East MINCOM Commander, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Aurelio Baladad. Members of the Joint Personnel and Special Staff, the commanders of the AFP Wide and Support and Separate Units, other generals and flag officers and their ladies, other senior officers present, our enlisted personnel, led by the AFP Command Sergeant Major, First Chief Master Sergeant Guillermo Francisco, our Chief Civilian Supervisor of the AFP, Ms. Merlin Mondero, members of the Foreign Armed Forces Attachés and their ladies, my wife Vilma and my children Rafael, Andre, Gabriel, Mikael, Isabel, Ingrid, Sarah, and Risi Valerie, the members of the Di Malupic class and their ladies. May I ask the members of the Di Malupic class to stand up together with their ladies. Thank you very much, classmate, for all the support. My in-laws, Tatay Oscar and Nanay Elenita. My personal guests, Lieutenant General and Mrs. Romeo Dominguez. Tora Isa Suntay and Doña Isabel Suntay, Governor Pineda, Governor Yap, Congressman Lapus, General Sabare, Vice Admiral Calderon, Vice Admiral Luisito Fernandez, the former FOIC, Captain and Mrs. Darwin Suarez, Mrs. Venus Alarcon, Mrs. Estrella Marcelino, Mrs. Fel Suderio, and Miss Kit Karin, Dr. and Mrs. Felipe Alarcon, Enrique Sartu, and of course my sister Ate Agnes Sartu, their Miguel and wife Tintin, of course my sister-in-law Marie and her family, Mr. and Mrs. Brian Christopher Morales, Captain Mendaros or Colonel Mendaros, Lieutenant Colonel Napisa and Lieutenant Colonel Feria, Ms. Tina Monson Falma, our friends from the Multi-Sectoral Governance Council, the AFP institutions and Hero Foundation, other government officials present, fellow soldiers, both active and retired, friends from the Armed Forces of the Philippines, other distinguished guests, our friends from the media. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First and foremost, allow me to thank our President and Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Benigno S. Aquino III, for gracing today's ceremony and giving me the honor and privilege to serve the Filipino people as the 45th Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Last year, on the 18th of July, during the turnover ceremony, the President gave me my marching orders. He directed me to strengthen and stabilize the armed forces and to continue the reforms in the military. His instructions were but very challenging. Each night thereafter, I would reflect on how far I have pushed and pulled the AFP to meet the tall order of the President. But the President did not just simply give an order. His directive came with a commitment of support for the armed forces of the Philippines. His Excellency understands that if our armed forces will be a source of national pride, the AFP must receive the needed resources for our modernization. And he did prioritize programs to upgrade the capability of the armed forces. His administration singularly allocated resources much larger than administrations. At this point, and with the indulgence of the presiding officer, may I respectfully have the honor to submit to His Excellency my tour of duty report. Today, I proudly wear my uniform for the last time. I have given the best years of my life to the armed forces. I entered the academy at the age of 17 years old. If I close my eyes and the memories of the pine-scented breeze brought me back to the Borromeo field, I still remember that early days. It has been an amazing journey, full of ups and downs. Tomorrow, as I step into a civilian life with eager feet and a longing glance of the regimented life of a soldier and an officer that I have been used to the past 3 decades. Tomorrow, I shall also awake to a new dawn, fulfilled and humbled with the thought that I leave behind a stronger, more credible, and more stable armed forces. This would not have been possible without the hardworking, professional, and loyal men and women of the armed forces. Together, we have made strides in contributing to peace, progress, and prosperity. Together, we have brought the armed forces closer to the people whom they have sworn to serve and protect. As I look back in the close to 4 decades of military service, I recall the acts of kindness, voices of encouragement, the gentle push and urging to march on and have faith. To the Almighty God, who is the source of my strength and author of everything, I thank Him. To the President and Commander-in-Chief, His Excellency Benigno S. Aquino III, and the Secretary of National Defense, Walter T. Gasmin, thank you for your trust and confidence in me. To my mentors and former bosses, some of who are present here today, for their patience and selfless commitment to share with them their wisdom, their time, and their energy. A special mention goes to my former commander when I was my former battalion commander, and also my former division commander and my former unified commander, Lieutenant General Romeo B. Dominguez. Thank you, sir. To my Mista and classmates of the Malupig class of 1981 and their ladies, which we fondly called Manlulupig, thank you for your friendship and camaraderie which have softened the blows of our life. To our classmates of batch 77 in Claret School, thank you also. To the AFP Command Group and the Joint Personnel and Special Staff for their dedication and professionalism. To all those who work with me, starting from the platoon, company, battalion, brigade, division, and area command, some of whom are also present here. Thank you for that wonderful. To the members of the Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, and special mention goes to the Foreign Armed Forces Attaché for your continuous support and for the development of our and furtherance of our close relations. To our lawmakers for their support, especially in formulating laws that enhance the capability, upgrade, and improve the morale and welfare of our troops. To the officers and men of the Office of the Chief of Staff for their selfless dedication and support. to the many friends I've gained along the way, for their support and assistance that made my journey more worthwhile. Special mention to my friend Teltel, who has joined his creator. To my wife and my truest friend, Vilma, for being the gentle hand that renewed my courage every day as I face the challenges of being a chief of staff. And to my children, Rafael, Gabriel, Michael, Isabel, Risi, and Ingrid, for inspiring me with their love. And to my in-laws, my siblings, Ate Agnes and Chet, and to my passed away brother Joey, and for everyone who have cared and showed love for me, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. To our and Commander-in-Chief, the AFP stands firm with you in your pursuit for tuwid na daan, or daang matuwid. Not only because the AFP have had experienced its favorable effects, but because a world-class armed forces must adhere to the values of integrity, accountability, transparency, loyalty, professionalism, and public service. To the Secretary of National Defense and the Filipino people, rest assured that a stronger, more stable AFP is now ready, willing, and able to contribute to the initiatives and to support the trust of the Department of National Defense. To the men and women of the armed forces, that a fully transformed AFP will become a reality, even if it will take some time. To my successor, General Berry, I know you can move forward the armed forces of the Philippines, and you will stay the course in our transformation roadmap. As I stand before you today, my heart is full of gratitude. Having been entrusted to lead the armed forces is one of my life's greatest moments. I owe all these privileges to the President, who has been my friend since lieutenant, and maybe I can say that he always looked after me ever since we have become friends way back in 1986. I leave the service fulfilled as I look back on how the AFP had been 34 years ago and how it is transforming now. An armed forces with a purpose and a clear direction, an armed forces that respects human rights. To all our fellow soldiers, as I bid you farewell this day, I look forward to the time when we shall meet again to share our respective memories of soldierhood. I know that when the time comes for you to retire as well, we shall meet again and recall and exchange the many stories of our glorious years in uniform. Truly, it was and it is an honor, a privilege, a God-given opportunity for all of us. Ang Kawal Pilipino, handang ialay ang buhay at sarili para sa kapayapaan, kaunlaran at kasaganahan. Muli, isang mainit na pagbupugay kahit umuulan. Ang taimting na inyong lahat bilang paghanga sa inyong kadakilaan, katapatan, karangalan, kahusayan, at higit sa lahat, katapangan. Mabuhay ang sandatahang lakas ng Pilipinas. Maraming salamat, paalam, at muli sa muli nating pagkikita. Pagpalain po tayong lahat ng poong may kapal. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, General Katapang, sir.